This journey has been beautiful. I feel blessed that I got to work with some amazing filmmakers, some amazing co-actors, जिसकी वजह से I feel मेरी growth हुई है as an actor and as a human being. I could have never imagined that I'll get an opportunity to work with Meghna or Karan or Rajkumar Irani and Anurag Kashyap again. So it's been a very humbling journey. It's been a very fruitful journey. And it's only motivated me to just keep giving my best so that, I keep discovering a new side of me with every film I do. To be very honest, I have never differentiated कि यार ये film commercial नहीं है, ये film commercial है. मेरे हिसाब से the only two ways to kind of demarcate a film should be a good film or a bad film. बाकी उसका of course there are different aspects then कि इसका scale कितना है, इसका scale कितना है, इसकी reach कितनी है, उसकी reach कितनी है, and that's why I think हम एक ढांचे में डाल देते हैं क्योंकि this is a commercial film because इसकी reach इतनी है, इतने screens में release होती है और इसमें ये stars हैं और ये producers हैं and इसकी reach इतनी नहीं है ये वो and that's why it's parallel cinema. But मैंने कभी वैसा देखा नहीं and also to be very honest जब when I got Masan it wasn't like I had on my table 10 scripts and I had to pinpoint on one कि यार I'll select this. I was a beggar who was not in a position to choose. So I was just giving auditions left, right and center. Masan happened to be one of those auditions which I cracked and I got the film and later I read the script. It wasn't like I read the script and said okay I'll do the film. They said you are on board, okay now we'll give you the script. It was like that. So I just feel blessed कि मुझे मसान मिल गई, and it went along for many films. Like till Razi, I had given an audition for Razi and got selected, and that's how I became part of Razi. So I just feel good about it. कि like I said, कि I feel really lucky because when you step out and you see kitne actors are looking for an opportunity like these, and there are many talented people out there, and I don't know मैंने क्या कुछ सही कर दिया that God has been so kind to me that He's given me these opportunities to prove myself with every film. So I don't know, I just feel like I got lucky. Nobody of us did. We were like when we used to promote it also, so we were like kya lagta hai? And we were like अरे decent तो बना ही है, and we were always like कि नहीं Monday से when weekend पे लोग देखेंगे and Monday से भी like कि नहीं अच्छी है, decent है, जाके देखो and all of that. We never expected कि Friday से ही word of mouth ऐसा होगा कि we'll get such a bumper opening in the first weekend and then from Monday, I mean the kind of unanimous reaction from the critics, from the audience and everything was just, we were like, boss ye ho kya raha hai? So, and yesterday also I spoke to Meghna and she just got back from a vacation and we were like, Meghna, it just feels surreal, and we keep saying like 100, of course ek thappa lag jata hai 100 ka, that it's a milestone that you cross, but we were very happy from the first Monday itself when we saw, which was beyond our expectations. The kind of word of mouth that got going with the film, it was really beyond our expectations, and the whole team is really thrilled. नहीं ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं हुआ. They've been as sweet to me as they were after Masan released, and they've been really, आपको अच्छा लगता है when you get messages that कि they're like, we are so happy to see you finally where you deserve to be. And these are people from the industry messaging me after watching Razi and after seeing the success of Razi, and they're very happy. You feel very motivated कि यार इतना प्यार मिल रहा है, and people are wishing well for you. So you just feel nice that people are calling कि आजा मिलते हैं and all of that. So you just feel good कि चलो यार हो रहा है कुछ. See, that's your step one as an actor. You have to jump into a new film, a new character with an empty slate. You can't come with the baggage of being कि अच्छा actor, I'm an actor जिसने इतना काम किया है उतना काम किया. It doesn't help. So whenever you get a new film, you have to surrender yourself to the director or the vision of the director with a very clean slate कि भैया मुझे कुछ नहीं आता. You fill this cup up. You mold me as the character that you want me to be. So when you go there with an empty slate, so half your job is done. Because then you don't have to break anything and then learn something new. You come in as a very unlearned person and then just fill it up with the character you want to portray. And you have to leave the past in the past. After every film is done, you have to kind of cut the umbilical cord as soon as possible and just get on to your next, project. That way is, every actor is in that way is very selfish, because he knows that we have to get on to something else and, become somebody else so soon. So we have this practice of, cutting the umbilical
Detaching
cord,
yourself.
detaching yourself. Yeah. So in Uri, I'm playing a major in the Paracommando forces, special forces in the Indian Army, which is extremely different. The film is in a very different space. It is a very mission-based film where we actually showing factual incidents of how the Uri attack happened and then the surgical strike that followed after 10 days of the attack. So in this, there was a lot of physical training involved. I've been training for the past 4 to 5 months for this film. You know, before I even left for Manmarzia in Feb and March. So I started in December the training, then went for Manmarzia, came back, and then I've been training since April again. So it's involved, like I needed to bulk up some weight. You know, I started at 77, I've reached 88, I've touched 92 before I start shooting, and then learn military tactics, arms and ammunitions. Then the Indian Army has been really helpful to us. You know, we've been going to Navy Nagar and Cuff Parade. There's a Sikh regiment military. Those guys are training us, and they've been training us with slithering, which is like how do you get off an helicopter with a rope, and then how do you, with all the arms and ammunitions, how do you fire, how do you reload, and everything, and just the basic endurance training, how to move as a team, how do they talk to each other. The formations and everything, all the military drills involved. They're training us. There've been action training going on, martial art training going on. So it's my first action film, out and out action film. I mean, I can't wait to start shooting. We start shooting in the first week of June now. It's going to be a 2.5 month straight skate. So fingers crossed for that. And
in Serbia.
In Serbia, yeah. So Serbia and in India, but first schedule is in Serbia. I knew when the attack happened, it was all over the news. So you knew about this attack, that happened in Kashmir. And so many of our brave soldiers, got martyred in that attack. And then after 10 days, there was this whole, I was aware of this because I was closely following this thing where, all in the media were like, speculating if India is doing anything, if it's going to be another war or something, because it had reached that situation. And then 10 days later, on 29th of September 2016, they had a press conference that, we had this surgical strike. So I had followed it on the news, but now looking at it from the inside, that how they had planned it, what all things came into play to make this possible, all of this is news for me. This is something new. And kind of passion that these guys have, coming to know of how to play an Indian Army guy has just made me respect them so much कि यार अगर एक्टिंग करने के लिए इतनी मेहनत मुझे लग रही है to act as an Indian military guy, तो Indian military guy बनने में कितनी मेहनत होगी actually. I have huge respect for them, and I feel ये सब हम heroes एवं limelight लेते हैं. Real heroes are there. They are just outstanding. The way when you speak to them and their stories and their mission and their training, it's just so fascinating. You sit there like an awestruck boy and you're like, autograph please. It's so fascinating. They're just outstanding. Like after this interview also, I've got training at 6:30 on the ground, and I'm meeting one of the major Ninad over there. So parade lagne wali hai. Sanju is a very special film on a very special person, made by a very special person, and I just feel lucky that I got to play a part in the film. It's films like these you feel कि अरे dream come true type का थोड़ा हो गया कुछ. And so I'm playing his best friend in the film, Sanju's best friend. They've been together like ever since, like they were I think 19 to 20, and they're still friends, thick friends. They're more like brothers to each other. Let me just see how much I can speak about the character, because trailer mein kya I've seen the trailer, so trailer mein so I can't give much knowledge about who he is in real life till now, because they're gonna unfold dheere through the month till the release. But I just want to say that he is one person who's seen him through his drug phase, through his family problem, through his terror, accusation problems, and the Tada and the court cases and everything, and he's stuck by him like a rock. Like, they've been together like that. And there's nobody on this planet, apart from his family, who knows him as this guy does. They are like, वो नहीं होते क्या एक ही जाने पर दो शरीर है, मतलब they're like that. And I'm just so happy that I got to play this part, because friendship like these are really rare. They're just some other, it's just some other form of friendship that they share. And it's so thick. It's just, I don't know. It's just too special, their friendship. And I've met both of them, and it's just, and I mean, there are so many moments which they shared with me which are not in the film, but and I'm just there bewildered, like कि तुम हो क्या यार आप दोनों, मतलब कैसे क्या क्या जिया है आप दोनों ने साथ में, they've lived like love, hate, fights and passion for each other, and they're like family to each other, and abhi bhi, like I remember when me and RK were shooting in New York, we got a call from Sanju sir, and he was chilling with this guy in Africa, and they're like तुम लोग वहाँ पार्टी कर रहे हो हम यहाँ पार्टी कर रहे हैं. so
like real life and real
yeah. So when I had gone to Sanju sir's place during Diwali, to his place, and so he's started calling him by my character name, and he makes a lot of fun, and so he called him up. ए क्या कर रहा है तू, मैं तेरे से फोन पे बात कर रहा हूँ और तू मेरे सामने भी खड़ा है. So he's a lot of fun, and Sanju sir I've never met a guy with such a big heart. He's just all heart. He's got only love to give to people around him, and that's the first time I met him, during Diwali last year, and I was just in awe. I'm like, and he's like, it's the first time I meet him, and he's like, you're like a kid, and you're like this, and कुछ भी होगा तू phone करेगा, and I'm like, thank you. I'm like, मैं आपको देख के तो बड़ा हुआ, and he's so full of love and light, and just he's like, this amazing combination of strength and vulnerability together at the same time. You feel like वो साथ एक ही moment पे आपको पता नहीं लगेगा ये मारने वाले हैं या रोने वाले हैं. It's like that, and it's just so beautiful to watch. He's amazing. Inside, I'm still trying to figure out. मुझे समझ ही नहीं आता. मैं ये सब सच में मैं पूछता रहता हूँ. I remember when we had this press conference of Razi Success, I was sitting with Apurva Mehta, CEO of Dharma. Like पहले बैठ के मुझे समझाओ ये हो क्या रहा है, कि मैंने कहा बताओ कितने में फिल्म बनी, कितने हुआ, अच्छा कितना चाहिए होता है इससे क्रॉस करने के लिए, अच्छा तब सक्सेस बोलते हैं, अच्छा ये सैटेलाइट क्या होता है और इसका क्या होता है. तो आई एम ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल ऑफ दिस फ्रॉम हिम कि अच्छा ये ऐसा होता है. सो आई रिमेंबर, मतलब द फर्स्ट डे I was speaking to Meghna, and she called up to say, first day it looks like somewhere around 8 crores or 8.5 crores or 7.5 crores. So I was like, oh, okay. And so I was like, आपको पता है Meghna, मेरा अब तक का best collection has been 7.25 lifetime for Raman Raga. And I'm like, आप मुझे फोन करके बोल रहे हो आज का 7.5 है, तो मुझे पता नहीं इसको कैसे ग्रास्प करते हैं.
I'm already happy.
हाँ, I was like कि I don't know how to feel. This is something bizarrely new for me. But it's the first time that that ये पिछले हफ्ते से चल रहा था, अच्छा 100 टच करेगी नहीं करेगी, ये होगा, तो इस बार मेरे लिए भी नया था कि मैं भी एक गेम की तरह मैं भी फॉलो कर रहा था. मुझे पता नहीं अभी, लाइक मैं वही हूँ जो कल था, पर आज 100 करोड़ टच हो गया. सो आई डोंट नो, ऐसा कुछ मतलब फर्क तो नहीं पड़ता. Obviously it's a great milestone to cross. You feel really nice, but inside हाँ थोड़ा बहुत इस बार मैंने बातें ज़्यादा की नंबर्स के बारे में, बिकॉज पिछली फिल्म तक तो यही होता था कि फिल्म कैसी लग रही है वो बताओ, नंबर तो हमें पता ही है थोड़े ठीक ठाक ही होने वाले, नंबर का तो हमारा होप नहीं है, बट इसमें थोड़ा था. एंड दैट्स ऑल्सो बिकॉज कि हमारे फर्स्ट वीक में जो काइंड ऑफ वर्ड ऑफ माउथ हुआ, जो रिएक्शन हुआ, दैट मेड अस काइंड ऑफ होपफुल कि अच्छा यार क्या हो रहा है. बट इट्स बीन बियॉन्ड आवर एक्सपेक्टेशंस. इट्स रियली बीन beyond anybody at Dharma or Jangli or in the film I've expected. But it's been beautiful, and we like अच्छा ऐसा होता है. So it's new. Lust Stories, like the name suggests, the theme is lust. It's the second part to the first part was called Bombay Talkies. This is called Lust Stories. It's the same. It's the anthology of 4 short films made by the same 4 directors: Anurag, Zoya, Dibakar, and Karan. This time I got to work with Karan on this film. It's a beautiful, quirky story based on a couple in Lucknow, and it deals with sexual dissatisfaction, but it's peppered with a lot of comedy. So it's not like a serious subject as Karan had explored in the earlier Bombay Talkies. But this one, he's made it into a comedy, quirky film, and this character is the most cracked character I've ever played. I've never met a person who's so much in a bubble like this guy. He's just very happy. Life में कुछ भी हो जाए, he's just very happy. He's always in love. He's always he's in a bubble, and the comedy that came out of it was just beautiful. This was a film where I didn't have a script, till we went on floor. I only had a narration. Karan called me to his house. He gave me a narration and he said, "Ki aisa film hai. Baki we'll see on set." I'm like, okay. And then we reach on set, and I used to get the scene before doing it, like just in the van. कि अच्छा ये scene कर रहे हैं. So I knew कि वो scene क्या है, but lines क्या है वो मुझे अभी मिल रही है. So it was a good process. Like then we used to jam and we used to improvise, and there used to be spontaneity. हम कई बार rehearse कर रहे होते थे और फिर मैं मजाक में कुछ joke बीच में बोल देता था. And that wasn't supposed to be कि मैं scene के लिए बोल रहा हूँ. But Karan was like, अच्छा है, say it in the scene. I'm like, हैं? Like हाँ, say it. And that's how the film got made. And it was a roller coaster ride. It was like we were doing party on set. It was like that. When you're working with Karan Johar on a film set, it doesn't feel like, that boja of making a film. It's not a heavy, atmosphere. It's a very light atmosphere where people are like, let's make a film. They're just having fun. Everybody's laughing. And also that was the space of the film. So when it's a film like this, where there was a mixture of comedy and drama, he was like off the roof. He was just, we were having a party, really. It was beautiful. And then it's coming on Netflix again. So, it's got that reach. And with a film like Lust Stories, where the theme is lust, you know how much of it can get chopped down when it comes to theatres. It can. Whereas on a digital platform, you don't have that fear, So for a film like this, I feel it's the best platform, where you can reach out to the masses the way you want to reach out to the masses, without any fear of, kind of getting, censored. So I think it's beautiful, and I'm looking forward to this release on Netflix on June 15th.